So guys, during Tokyo Game Show, Randy Pitchford actually went and announced the first DLC Vault Hunter known as Cash. Now, during a past presentation for Borderlands 4, we actually did get a full roadmap for post-launch content for the first few months for Borderlands 4, so we actually know that this first Vault Hunter will be coming inside of the first story pack known as Mad Ellie and the Vault of the Damned. Alongside this, you'll also get new main story missions, a new map zone, new side missions, new legendary gear, and new cosmetics, including 4 Vault Hunter heads and styles, 4 weapon skins, 2 vehicle skins, 3 Echo 4 drone skins and attachments, as well as 1 Echo 4 drone skin. Now, you can purchase this entire one story pack separately if you want to, but it's also included in the Super Deluxe Edition of Borderlands 4. So if you've already purchased that, you already have access to the story pack, but you can also purchase this pack separately once the actual content does become playable inside of Q1 of 2026. So you can expect that to be sometime early next year. Now, first thing we're going to focus on here is, of course, the character model here for Cash. And personally, this guy does look very, very cool. Can see that he is a robot similar to past characters like Flak, so awesome design choice there. We do see that he's also a cowboy with the hat and the whole load of different cowboy aesthetic things like the boots, the jacket. All of it does look cool. I believe he does also have a cape as well, which seems really cool, and also some bone stuff going on there. He's got some like bones dangling from a belt, as well as some dangling from like some rope, and he's also got some feathers going on. Overall, this design does look very, very cool, and I'd be really interested to see how the different like styles and color options change the way that Cash actually looks. One of the major things that I noticed as well is that on his left arm, you're able to see that he does have the deck of cards there that kind of just sit on the inside of his arm, which does remind me kind of like the if any of you watched the Yu-Gi-Oh animes, where they had like these giant like card things on their arms, so they would be able to play cards there. Kind of reminds me of that, which does look also very, very cool. Alongside all that, we do also get a little bit of backstory here for Cash. So apparently he is a former dealer bot at a casino and saw people's fortunes made with either good luck or their lives ruined with bad luck. Like all robots in the Borderlands universe, Cash is programmed with a function but has a personality and intelligence of his own, and Cash decided to break free of his job and become a Vault Hunter. So similar in a way to how Vex became a Vault Hunter. She was working a retail job and then got siren powers, except from Cash here, he didn't seem to get any magical powers. It just seems like he got bored of his job and then decided to use his knowledge of luck and random chance to then become a Vault Hunter. And this idea of luck and random chance also builds in very nicely to his overall kit with the deck of cards, the dice, and just all of the randomness that comes with this character. Randy did also go on to say that he is potentially the strongest character in the game if luck is on your side, which does have me very, very interested in this character. And we do have a full-on little trailer here which does preview Cash and some of his abilities as well. So the abilities, we don't actually see much in terms of gameplay aside from one of what I'm assuming is his action skills, where he's able to throw and select a different card. Now this guy seems to be a gambler of sorts. You can see here in this image that his entire kit is on show, from the deck of cards to the 2 pistols, and then also a set of dice, and then what I'm just going to be calling the 3 different totems, because they do remind me of the like Onk that Moon Knight has inside of Marvel Rivals. Now, the deck of cards we do actually see some gameplay of, with Cash being able to seemingly select between 2 different types of cards and then throw them. I'm assuming that's going to be his first action skill, and then the cards probably have different effects depending on which one you choose. Now, Randy did go on to say that this is a very high risk but high reward character, so I'm assuming that these cards will have both positive and negative effects. He also goes on to state that this is probably the strongest character in Borderlands 4 due to this high risk and high reward playstyle, where if you're lucky, you'll be able to do probably a lot of damage or clear enemies very, very easily, but then if you're unlucky, you probably won't be able to do that as easily. I'm hoping that even if you do have some bad luck, the character is still at least somewhat playable, because if he's not, then he's probably not going to be all that great of a Vault Hunter if your luck is bad. But then if that offsets it by the buffs that you get for being lucky, being just absolutely insane, then I can see that kind of working in Cash's advantage. Now, in terms of the other two things that we see here, mainly the two pistols that we see, this might be another action skill where he's able to choose between two different pistols to shoot from. The one on the left looks more like a long range, maybe kinetic damage pistol, due to it not really having anything aesthetically that aligns it with a certain damage type, but then the pistol on the right hand side definitely looks like it has maybe some corrosive element to it, and maybe more of a short range pistol instead. So it might be a situation where you choose between which pistol to use, be it long range or short range, and then each of them has a different effect, where the long range pistol might be more of a sniper rifle in nature, and then the short range one might be more of like a shotgun that also comes with a corrosive element. Now, for the totems and the set of dice, this, I don't really know what these could potentially do. Judging by the different designs, they might come with different elements or just different buffs. If they were elementally aligned, I'm guessing that the leftmost would be maybe a kinetic elemental aligned totem that maybe applies bleed to nearby enemies. The middle totem might be something to do with burn damage and damage over time effects, and then the rightmost might be something to do with corrosive, similar to the pistol that we see above it. That's just my complete guess. We have no idea what these do, but if they were to do something like maybe you shoot out the totems and then they ricochet bullets off to nearby enemies that apply these different status effects, that would be kind of cool. And the dice, I'm assuming that they will play a similar role to the cards, where depending on what you get, depending on how high the number is, maybe you get an increased amount of damage over time stacks, depending on the element of the totem, but this is just 100% speculation on my part. Going deeper into speculation here, obviously we see that Cash is very much inspired by cowboys, and so I would 100% just expect him to have maybe some kind of abilities that pair very nicely with the Jacobs manufactory of weapons. Maybe something similar to how Rafa inside of the game right now has abilities that pair very nicely with TDR weapons, where he's able to gain benefits from like thrown projectiles and non-actual like bullet style projectiles and other like thrown type weapons. So maybe Cash here gains a benefit from like more ricochet damage or more crit rate or something like that. I feel like that would be very, very interesting and very cool to see. Now, we do not know the full-on release date for Cash at the time of making this video. Obviously, we know he's coming in Q1 of 2026, and hopefully we do get some more announcements about him sometime soon, because I'm very, very interested in learning more about this character. Now, I do believe they also confirmed that there are going to be multiple DLC characters. I'm guessing 2, similar to how it was inside of Borderlands 2, but they'll probably come maybe sometime near the end of 2026, with Cash obviously coming near the beginning alongside the first major story pack there called Mad Ellie and the Vault of the Damned, which once again, if you want to purchase separately, you can. You don't need to go and buy the majorly expensive editions of Borderlands 4, you can just buy it all separately, I'm guessing even right now or when the actual content releases. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that we know about Cash. Going over everything and throwing in some more of my speculation. What do you guys think? Are you guys interested in this new Vault Hunter? How do you think they're going to play, and what do you think all of these abilities do in the game? With that said though, that's all I have for you guys today, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, I would very much appreciate it. With that all said, I'll see you all in the next one.